Who is going to support you? Nobody is going to support you. Well, 3.2 billion people have spoken. It's been a tremendous journey. As I said, people's response has been spectacular. Fortunately, most administrations, almost all administrations, I think nearly 25 nations that we travel through have signed something with us, and another totally 74 nations have made declarations that they will implement the Save Soil policy. The Save Soil policy is… this is for India, this is over 500 pages. This is a technical document which took over two years with top-level scientists working with us. We made this. Now we have prepared 193 documents like this, unique documents for 193 nations, based on the latitudinal position, its economic conditions, the soil type and agricultural traditions of the given nation. These documents, unique documents made for each nation, has reached all of them. When I spoke and addressed COP15, we made soil the main agenda, and it has sunk in very well. 74 nations already made their declarations that they will implement the policy. This is a technical handbook. The countries have to make their own policies according to their economic strength, and we are also hand-holding the smaller nations. When I say smaller nations, about 131 to 32 nations fall under the category of smaller nations. So we are hand-holding this by creating a scientific committee of approximately 25 people, where we will hand-hold because they don't have the necessary facilities and capabilities to do. Larger nations have their own means to do this. This is an incentive-driven policy where farmers should be offered incentives to raise the organic content. Well, this is very very wonderful to be here among the forces, but this is the first event for me in Tamil Nadu after this nearly 100 days. What is the number of the event? I see. This must be 617 or 618th event in this nearly 100 days. So it's not only about riding these distances, it's been on an average 8 to 9 events per day. So I've been busy, you know. So most people thought I won't make it, Sadhguru, this is impossible. But at the same time, they constructed a schedule, a program schedule, where there is not a single day of contingency plan. There is no contingency, either for the man or the machine, but both have reached here without any need for contingency. Why has this happened? Why have we done this to the planet? Is there some evil force sitting somewhere wanting to destroy this planet? No, there is no such evil force. It is just human beings, you and me, in pursuit of happiness. In pursuit of happiness and human well-being, we have done this. This is how it is. Every one of us are partners in this destruction. The only way around is every one of us become partners in the solution. That's the only way forward. But why? Why means it's like this. Can I tell you a story once again? I did not hear appropriate noises for the previous story. Once upon a time, there was a potato farmer. And one day he wanted to eat mangoes. So he went searching for a mango tree, and he found a mango tree, the right tree. And he wanted to eat mangoes, but out of sheer habit, started digging the ground for mangoes, because he's a potato farmer. And he dug a little bit. When he found no mangoes, he became very furious and dug furiously. And as he dug furiously, Slowly the tree came down upon him. This is the story of humanity. In pursuit of happiness, in pursuit of well-being, see whether you are joyful or miserable in your life at any given moment, did it happen within you or did it happen around you? Hello? Always within you. Pain and pleasure happens within us, joy and misery happens within us, agony and ecstasy happens within us. Anything that ever happens only happens within us because human experience is manufactured within us. So something that is created within us, if we search outside, inevitably it will be a disaster. When I was in the United States, somebody was telling me it seems someone has found 300 planets just like Earth, a few million light years away, and some of these planets are 10 times the size of planet Earth. They want to go there. I said, all the best for you, you must leave. It's a few million light years away. But I told them, see, even if we find 8 billion planets and give one planet to each one of them, I'm not saying one planet for husband and wife, each one planet. If you give 8 billion planets to the 8 billion people on this planet, as long as they're in pursuit of happiness, in about 100 years they'll destroy all the 8 billion planets. Yes or no? Because you're searching for something in the wrong place. If you're seeking happiness, you must turn inward. If you're seeking peace, you must turn inward. Any human experience, you have to fix it from within. External things will create comfort and conveniences for us. To what extent we wish to do, we should do it. But right now, it is in pursuit of happiness that we are in compulsive action. Once we have become human beings, we need to understand, we are the flower of evolution. We are the peak of evolution on this planet at least. I don't know about those 300 planets, what kind of people are there, and what they will do to you if you go there. Who knows? So, this is the peak of evolution, but human beings are not feeling top of the world at all, unfortunately, because they have been given an intelligence which they don't know how to handle. See, right now people are talking about stress, anxiety, tension, this, that. I was in conversation with a few top British psychiatrists. They were saying that there are 72 categories of psychological ailments. And I said, what are they? They were telling me many things and one thing really stuck in my mind. They said, one is compulsive no-speaking. That is also a psychological ailment, no-speaking. How's that? So anything becomes compulsive, becomes sickness. So right now in pursuit of happiness, what is here, if you pursue outside, you will naturally become compulsive. Once you have the intelligence of a human being, compulsiveness is a dangerous process. Once you acquire the intelligence of being human, you must become conscious, there is simply no other way. See, for every other creature, nature has given things like this, you know. They are born in such a way that 90% of their life is fixed by nature. Only 10% latitude for individual creatures to do their own thing. But with a human being, only 10% is fixed, 90% is left to you because you come reasonably unformed. You have to make yourself into who you are. And you are the only creature on this planet who is being referred to as a being. We don't call an elephant being, a tiger being, an ant being, grasshopper, no. Only you are called a being because you are supposed to know how to be. If you knew how to be, if you right now know how to be, would you keep yourself blissful or miserable? Say, when I ask a question, whether you say yes, no, or your mum, I'm going to bless you. Blissful or miserable? See, what you want for yourself is very clear, highest level of pleasantness for yourself. Sometimes what you want for your neighbor may be debatable, but what you want for yourself is highest level of pleasantness. What does pleasantness mean? If this body becomes pleasant, we call this health. You want it? I'm blessing you, yes, no, mum. If this body becomes very pleasant, we call it pleasure. If this mind becomes pleasant, we call it peace. If it becomes very pleasant, we call it joy. If our emotions become pleasant, we call this love. If it becomes very pleasant, we call it compassion. If our very life energies become pleasant, we call this blissfulness. If it becomes very pleasant, we call it ecstasy. If our surroundings become pleasant, we call this success. Only to make your surroundings pleasant, you need the cooperation of people and forces around you. Because making the surroundings pleasant is not completely yours. There are other people, there are other forces, there are times in which we exist, there are various situations. But to make this body pleasant, this mind pleasant, this emotion pleasant and these energies pleasant is 100% your business. Hello? Well, this is one aspect of yoga, that who you are, right now how you are, is determined by you, not by somebody else. Because if somebody tries to determine what you can wear, what you can eat, where you can sit, where you cannot sit, you will say, am I a slave? But if somebody can decide whether you are happy or unhappy, are you not a horrible slave? Hello? Somebody can decide whether you are pleasant or unpleasant. Is this not slavery? This is the worst form of slavery, but most people have succumbed to it most of the time. Because today it is happening. Is it time to fly? Just happening. I'm in downwind, that's the problem. Even so-called spiritual leaders are going about saying, peace of mind is the highest goal in your life. Such people will only rest in peace. Because if you have to enjoy your dinner tonight, even if you're not bursting with joy, at least you must be peaceful. Hello? If you want to enjoy the company of somebody who's sitting next to you, even if you're not dripping love, at least you must be peaceful. If you want to just enjoy the breeze and walk, at least you must be peaceful. So is peace a fundamental requirement in your life or the ultimate goal of your life? So this happened, I was to speak in Tel Aviv, not on this trip, a few years ago. I was flying out of Atlanta and I was to land there late morning and speak at 6:30 in the evening. But I ended up landing there at 6 p.m. because of some delays in the flight. Then I had only 25-30 minutes and I have this problem that I have in these 40 years, nearly 40 years now, a few months away from 40, I've never been late to a single event. So I don't want to break my reputation, so I quickly change in the airport and try rushing, and I'm famished. I'm super hungry because I'm flying an American airline, there's nothing edible on that plane. So I'm really hungry but there's no time, so I rushed. Then I went, this doesn't happen to me at all. On that day, I was speaking in a very, a very popular restaurant. This doesn't happen to me at all. But when you're that hungry, it's just the right place, the venue. It is a popular restaurant. Restaurants are popular for many reasons. Some are popular because of the food, some are popular because of the ambience, some are popular because of the conversations that happen here. So this restaurant is popular because the most intelligent conversations in Tel Aviv happen in this restaurant, not in the parliament. It's the same there also. So I went in and people were already coming in and they were greeting me, and one man came and said, Shalom. I asked, what does it mean? He said, it is the highest way of greeting. I said, that's your opinion, what does it mean? He said, no, no, really, this is the highest way of greeting. I said, all right, what does the word mean? He said, it means peace. I said, why would peace be the highest way of greeting unless you're born in Middle East? In South India, in the morning somebody comes up to me and says, peace. I'll say, what's wrong with you? I'm saying anything that you're deprived of, if you deprive yourself of something for long enough, then suddenly you think it's divine. Today if you say peace, people say divine peace. If you say joy, if you say bliss, they say divine bliss. If you say love, they say God is love. These are all things that human beings are capable of. Hello? Human beings are capable of being peaceful, blissful, loving. If you allow them, if they allow themselves to be, they're capable. But all the miserable people are busy exporting all this to heaven. Anything you say, it's all up there. I think the very idea that there is a better place to live than this is a crime. Hello? That there is somewhere else a better place than this is a crime. This crime has led us to this place that we destroy this, planning to go somewhere else to a better place, whether it's another planet that somebody is talking about, or a virtual space that you call as heaven, or whatever you want to call it. The moment you think this is not where life is, real life is somewhere else, then you are a disaster here. This we must change. This is why the Save Soil movement is under the Conscious Planet banner, because what we need is a conscious human being. Once you have attained to this level of intelligence, it's very important you're conscious, otherwise human intelligence is becoming a problem. Tell me, in principle, should intelligence be a problem or a solution? It's always a solution, it is the only solution. But unfortunately, human intelligence is becoming a problem because you're wielding it unconsciously. I'll ask you one more question, yes or no, it's up to you, I'm going to bless. Would you like to have a sharp intelligence or a blunt one? So once you have a sharp instrument in your hand, how you move your hand, how you hold it, which way you hold it, all these things become very important, yes or no? Why we do not give a knife to a child's hand is not because knife is dangerous, nor is a child dangerous. It is just that a child's hand is not steady enough and he is not conscious enough. He may do this and he may harm himself or he may harm somebody. So right now, this is all that's happening. You know, there is a issue, this is an evolutionary issue, it's not your fault. This is an evolutionary issue because genetic scientists are saying that DNA difference between you and a chimpanzee is only 1.23%. 1.23% is not much of a difference, isn't it? Hello? Physiologically, that is how close you are to a chimpanzee, just 1.23%. But in terms of your intelligence and awareness, you're worlds apart from a chimpanzee, and this is your problem. You have an intelligence for which you don't have a stable enough base. Today being, International Day of Yoga, I must remind you, there is a way to create a stable chemistry, stable physiology, where it will highlight your intelligence, that it works for you and the well-being of this being and every being. This is what intelligence should do. Right now it works against you. You may call it stress, you may call it anxiety, you may call it whatever, no speaking if you want to call it. But essentially, your intelligence is working against you. This one thing you must do in your life. Whatever else you do or you do not do, this one thing you must do, that in your life, you are never the problem. Hello? There are many issues around you, we will deal with it to the best of our capabilities, but I am not the issue in my life. Can you make this happen for yourself? This one thing you must do. You yourself are never the issue, but for most human beings, they are the issue. Their own thoughts, their own emotions are messing them up so badly. You're getting serious, huh? This happened. On a certain day, a lady went to sleep. I don't hear any appropriate noises. A lady went to sleep. In her sleep, she had a dream. In her dream, she saw a hunk of a man standing there and staring at her. Then he started coming closer and closer and closer. He came so close that she could even feel his breath, and she trembled, not in fear. And then she asked, "What will you do to me?" The man said, "Well, lady, it's your dream." What's happening in your head is your dream. It must happen the way you want it. Hello? Life may not be happening the way you want it. At least your dream should happen the way you want it. Your thought, your emotion, your mind, your everything, what you do must happen your way. There are others in the world, they will do their own thing, it's always there. But at least what is happening in this one person must be your way. This one person must be the way you want him, isn't it? Hello? Others, they will never be 100% your way. Ask the married people, have they been 100% your way? 51% if they're happening your way, you are in control. 51%. If you try 100%, nobody will be with you. If you try 100%, not a single person will be anywhere around you, it's gone. So nobody will happen your way, that's not the problem. This one person must happen absolutely your way. If this person happened your way, will you keep him blissful, wonderful or not? You must do at least this much. If you can make the world wonderful, great. But if not, at least this piece of the world must become wonderful. You must promise me on this International Yoga Day that, I was in Mysore, I was just looking at this, the Prime Minister sitting on the ground with everybody else, lying down, doing yoga. Head of state doing yoga with people on the ground outside. Where has it happened? Never happened. I said, this one man is doing all this. Well, got the International Yoga Day in the United Nations for the first time. 173 nations voted for a resolution for the first time for the Yoga Day. That was not a small thing. Since then, many things happened, but the most important thing that needs to happen is at least majority of the Indians should have some yoga in their life. Yoga does not mean twisting and turning and ending up like a leftover noodle. That's not what it is about. Yoga means union. Yoga means union. Right now, is everybody here breathing? No, check and tell me. Because don't take this for granted, one day when we check, it'll happen to you, it'll happen to me. I'll bless you with a long life, but it will happen anyway. Yes or no? So right now you're breathing, it's a tremendous privilege. Breath means what? You're having a love affair with the atmosphere. You are in union with the atmosphere. This breath, your present breath, what has gone into your lungs right now, we do not know where it was yesterday. Maybe it was in Eastern Africa. What do you think? Monsoon winds, I'm saying, what speed are they traveling? In 24 hours, I think they're reaching here. So we don't know where it was. If you experience this, if you really experience what I exhale, these trees are inhaling. What these trees exhale, I am inhaling. If you genuinely experience this, it's a great love affair every breath, yes or no? So right now you're doing yoga, but I'm conscious. Whatever you're not conscious of does not exist for you. See, right now these dinosaurs standing there, hello? Look at those big dinosaurs. Hey, don't turn back, huh? Come on. There is a huge dinosaur there, but you are not aware of it. It does not exist for you. I'm saying it doesn't matter what is the magnitude of something that's here. If you are unconscious, it doesn't exist for you, isn't it? And every time you eat food, you are in union with the soil. If you were conscious of it, did we have to do save soil business to you? Unconscious. So you must understand, once you have come as a human being, with the competence you have, with the capabilities you have, with the intelligence that you have, unconsciously if you use these things, your intelligence is the most destructive force. Right now that's what it is. Because what should have been the greatest possibility has turned against us in many ways simply because we are wielding it unconsciously. You know, some people, I know I shouldn't say this in the Air Force, but Air Force Station, but some people in India, we refer to them as unguided missiles. They can go anywhere and blast anywhere. We don't even know who they're aimed at. They will just go anywhere. Out of control missiles are there in our country and everywhere. So, if you are an unguided missile, an unconscious intelligence, intelligence becomes the most negative thing. Only if you're conscious, this intelligence becomes a tremendous possibility. It's my wish and my blessing. On this day, you must take some simple yoga. You don't think yoga means, not all that. Simple. Just sit and breathe. Just simply keep your hands together, because if you live like this, many things will happen. Just keep them together, not in prayer, simply together. Just breathe. Anyway you're breathing. Can you breathe consciously for 10-12 minutes a day? Hello? See, I'm not even asking you to do anything extra, you're already breathing. Just become conscious. Hello? Just become conscious, because this is your union and this is the basis of your life. This is the very basis of your life, isn't it? One day when this is not here, that means you are not here, it's gone. So right now it is on. You must conduct all the important aspects of your life consciously, like breathing, eating, drinking water, at least these simple things. If you do it consciously, you will know what it means to be in yoga. Because without being in yoga, there is no life. Without union, it cannot exist. You cannot exist without being one with this air around you. You cannot exist without being one with the soil around you. It's just that it takes conscious way of doing it, that's all. So twisting, turning, if you want to do, we can also teach you that. That has its own benefits, but the simple thing is just this, you're aware that you're one with everything, not in thought, just conscious. Like you're conscious that your fingers are moving, you're conscious that you're one with everything. If this much happens to you, you will be a blessed life. It's my wish and my blessing, you must be that way. May you know yoga and live a wonderful life. Thank you very much. So, our mileage reads at 28,134 kilometers, and this is the 653rd event, this event. And Namaskaram sir, I heard the Raksha Mantri is still on the video. Namaskaram sir, wonderful for you to stay. We really are honored that you came on this day and did this. We really miss that you're not here physically, but it's wonderful you spent time with us on the video. Thank you very much, sir. Sir, if you can give one simple message like save soil, let's make it happen or something, it'll be wonderful, otherwise we would have sent you a placard or something.
Okay, Prabhuji, I will do it.
Can't hear you.
Huh?
Can't hear.
Oh, okay. No, he said I will…
Thank you.
No, he said I'll do it.
He says thank you.
Oh, okay. Namaskaram sir, thank you, please. Right, Tamil, no English? English is no?
It's coming, sir. May I now request?
There are a few more people they're inviting up for the…
May I now request Air Commodore Rajneesh Verma, Air Commodore K.A.A. Sanjeev, Air Commodore Rahul Gupta, Air Vice Marshal Srikanth. May I request all of you to please join Sadhguru and Air Marshal Indoria up on stage. We'd like to capture this moment in a photograph for the Safe Soil Movement. Clap along, ladies and gentlemen, and have your placards up.
We can turn around.
Thank you very much. May I request all of you to please turn that way so that we can take a picture of this way.
You turn around. They will take it.
Hold your placards up. You're on camera.
All the air warriors should not think I am anyway flying, why do I need soil? You need to land, all right? Please.
Thank you very much. I'd like to now request the Assistant Chief of Air Staff, Air Vice Marshal S. Srikanth, to please give the vote of thanks.
Good evening, one and all. Honorable Raksha Mantri Sri Rajnath Singh Ji, Sadhguru Jaggi Vasudev Ji, Air Marshal S.K. Indoria Sir, Senior Air Staff Officers, Southern Air Command, IAF, and all other respected guests. At the very outset, I wish to express my warmest greetings and best wishes to one and all on this International Day of Yoga event, which was concluded very, very successfully, thanks to one and all. योग धर्म नहीं विज्ञान है, इसी से सबका प्रमाण है, इसी से सबका सम्मान है. In other words, it is a science of the wellness of youth, always interconnects mind and body. The phrase Yoga Karma Sukh Kausalam means yoga is the efficacy of action. The Indian Air Force always strives for the propagation of yoga and to make it as a way of our daily life, as advised by Honorable Sadhguru. We believe that yoga is the ultimate mantra for a person to recognize his or her art and potential and to the person to his or her consciousness and nature. Today, the auspicious presence of these great personalities and made this year's International Day of Yoga celebration memorable and extraordinary for all of us. So, your esteem presents itself and inspired us, and your words are ever inspiring. On behalf of the families of Indian Air Force, I express my heartfelt gratitude towards you, sir. The holy soul of India has always gifted such precious gems to the world who have illuminated the world by becoming its gurus. It is our blessing that the founder of Isha Foundation, Sri Sadhguru Jaggi Vasudev Ji, has spared his invaluable time to be with us today. The safe soil journey he had commenced to protect the soil, which is the base of our life, is being circumambulated today to 74 countries in 100 days. Most respected Guruji, we are ever blessed by your consistent efforts. I express our heartfelt gratitude on behalf of the entire Indian Air Force family. I I also express my heartfelt gratitude to the civil administration and administration institute who are continuously strive for the excellence of the entire program. Once again, I express my sincere and heartfelt gratitude for it all. I end with a couple of couplets. ये फूले फूले बहार आसमान के कमल से आगे सबसे आम कभी जिंदा दामन और करना पड़ जाए सदगुरु जी हमेशा से मिले आपको इतना प्यार आज नहीं तो कल मिलता जितना गहरा यदि हो हुआ उतना भी जल मिलता है जीवन के हर कठिन प्रश्न का हल सदगुरु जी से मिलता है
Very much. Sadhguru is truly the answer to all our problems. He's got solutions for everyone. And as we celebrate the International Day of Yoga and his culmination of a journey that he's undertaken to redeem us from all problems, we are requesting all of you to please join in the 1 billion voices, one anthem, one nation, one nation. Please join.